Welcome to our channel. Today, we'll delve into the profound wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita and explore the topic of death and losing our loved ones. It's something that all of us will face at some point in our lives, and it can be a challenging and emotional experience. But what does the Bhagavad Gita have to say about this inevitable reality of life? In chapter 2, verses 13, 20, 22, 25 and 27, the Gita offers profound insight into the nature of the soul, the impermanence of the body, and the eternal nature of existence. Join us as we explore these powerful verses and discover how they can offer solace, guidance, and hope in times of grief and loss. Now let us discuss chapter 2 verses 13 of the Bhagavad Gita. This verse talks about the nature of the self and the inevitability of death. The verse states, "A soul in the body passes through various stages like childhood, youth and old age. After death, the soul passes into another body. A wise person is aware of this." These words remind us that our physical body is impermanent and subject to change, but our soul remains eternal and unchanging. Furthermore, the verse emphasizes that after death, the soul passes into another body. This concept of reincarnation or the transmigration of the soul is a fundamental belief in Hinduism. It teaches us that our soul continues its journey through different bodies and lifetimes, depending on our karmas or actions. The verse also highlights the importance of wisdom and awareness in understanding the nature of the soul and the cycles of life and death. A wise person understands that death is not the end, but a transition to another phase of existence. This realization can help us to cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life, as we recognize that our actions have far-reaching consequences. This verse offers profound insight into the nature of the soul and the cycles of life and death. By embracing this understanding, we can find solace in times of loss and cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life. Chapter 2 verse 20 states that, "For a soul there is no death or birth. It has always existed. The soul is ever existing, ageless, deathless, and cannot be killed or destroyed when a body is destroyed." These words remind us that our true nature is not limited to the physical body, but rather we are spiritual beings having a human experience. The soul or Atman is the eternal essence that resides within us, and it is not subject to birth or death. Furthermore, the verse emphasizes that the soul is ever existing and ageless. It has no beginning and no end, existing before birth and beyond death. This insight invites us to broaden our perspective and see beyond the transient nature of our physical bodies. We are part of a larger cosmic order that transcends time and space. The verse also highlights that the soul cannot be killed or destroyed when a body is destroyed. This realization offers solace in times of loss and grief, as it reminds us that the departure of our loved ones does not mean the end of their existence. Their soul lives on, eternally connected to the divine source. In summary, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verses 20 invites us to contemplate the eternal nature of the soul, recognizing that it is not limited by the physical body. By embracing this understanding, we can find solace in times of loss and cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verses 22 states, "Just as a person discards tattered clothes and puts on new ones, similarly, at the time of death, the soul leaves the body and takes over a new body." This analogy beautifully describes the nature of death and rebirth. Just as we discard old clothes that have become tattered and worn out, the soul discards the old body and takes on a new one. This analogy also teaches us that death is not the end, but a natural process of transformation. We do not mourn the loss of old clothes when we discard them, nor should we mourn the loss of the physical body when the soul moves on to a new one. Instead, we should celebrate the opportunity for renewal and transformation, impermanence of our physical bodies. Just as clothes wear out and become tattered, our bodies also deteriorate with age and eventually come to an end. However, the soul remains eternal and unchanging, just as our true nature remains unchanged even as we change our clothes. In summary, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 22 verses, offers a beautiful analogy to describe the nature of the soul and the process of death and rebirth. By embracing this understanding, we can find peace and acceptance in the face of death and a deeper appreciation for the impermanence of our physical bodies.